Looks like Apple is about to see some huge competition. That's right. Move over. Here comes the Solana phone. Again? Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. It is time to make fun of some stupid stuff. And here we go. I personally thought that the first time Solana tried to make a shitty phone, that it was going to be over. But apparently, when you have a whole bunch of money from VCs, you could just keep trying to fail with products that are never actually meant to work. Anyways, let's dive into it. Here we go. But look, what we're going to go through, it's going to make it seem like it's going to be huge. Okay, it's going to be huge, but just bear with me, okay? Because the writing's on the wall. This thing is going to be another flop, just like the first one. And some people that are watching this right now are like, why the hell would you have a crypto phone? Yeah, that's exactly. Let's dive into it. Solana's second phone crosses 100,000 pre-sales, securing 45 million for development. So I want you guys to think about this. They've already made one phone that sucked, okay, that really they couldn't sell, so they had to cut the price in half to get people to buy it. But now, just wait. We're going to make a new phone. So you couldn't afford and you couldn't make the first phone properly. So now you've raised money to make a second shitty phone that is going to do the same thing as the first phone. The second phone, much like the first, will have custom features designed to integrate buying, selling, holding, and using cryptocurrencies. I know this is going to sound crazy, guys. Maybe it's a little too out there for everyone, but you can download apps so that you can do your crypto crap with it, okay? So, if you're into these stupid JPEGs and NFTs and all of this garbage and you don't realize you're being fleeced, even if you do realize you're being fleeced, yeah, you could just go download an app. You don't need a whole crappy phone, okay, that's dedicated to shitcoining. You could just download the app. The rest of the phone can work fine. Anyways, what a dumpster fire. Okay, it took nearly a year for Solana to sell out 20,000 units of their first shitcoin phone. But the second phone has hit 100,000 pre-orders in just over a month. I think that that's more of an indicator of the bull market coming back, and a bunch of people don't know what they don't know yet. Okay, so I wouldn't in any way, come on, it took them nearly a year to sell 20,000 of these old phones. Like, let's be honest, who really wants that? Nobody needs that shit. Okay, and they know it. Believe me, that Solana, the people there, they understand that nobody needs this shit. It is a marketing gimmick. But it's okay. I'm gonna plead my case for the marketing gimmick thing. You don't have to take my word for it. There's a minimum cost to get a new line going. Okay, and this is the co-founder of Solana explaining what it's like to have to get cell phone lines. Now, it's very interesting because we're supposed to be talking about the financial system and crypto and all this stuff, and yet here we are talking about purchasing cell phone lines. This kind of sounds like a shitcoin in search of a use case. There's a minimum cost to getting a new line going. Solana co-founder Anatoly Yakonovenko, whatever, I got that all wrong, told CoinDesk in an interview. With at least 100,000 customers for Chapter 2. Okay, yeah, that's what they're calling their second. Wow. Having already paid $450, the economics for selling an affordable second device are more viable than the brutal numbers that backed Solana's experimental first phone, which originally retailed for $1,000. Spoiler alert, they thought that they could command a price point similar to Apple. But think about the Apple device. Think about the development that's gone into the Apple device. Yeah, this is not the same thing. Okay, this was just a ridiculous cash grab. And usually when you're stuck lowering the price, it's because I'll change that. It's because demand is much lower than supply. Okay, and that usually indicates that people don't want your product, or very few people want your product. So when items end up in a bargain bin, it's not because they've done so great. It's because they couldn't be sold. And this slashing your phone price in half before it's even released, yeah, that means there's no demand and you're grasping at straws. Again, my opinion, just my opinion, but we'll continue. I'm sure the market will play out and it'll, either make me look like a fool or not. We'll see. Either way, the milestone solidifies a future for Solana Mobile. No, it doesn't. So far, the only crypto-enabled phone maker, that's because it's bullshit, and everyone else, although they're scammers, understand that this is setting money on fire. Anyways, to find a paying customer base that comes back for more. Giant suckers that don't understand phones and don't understand they're being fleeced by shitcoiners. Anyways, its fortunes were in doubt as recently as last year, but then crypto traders realized each phone, and this is it, guys, each phone came with free tokens, sparking a sellout run on the Saga. And the Saga is this second phone. So what they did was that they gave you some free shitcoins for the phone. And essentially the biggest suckers are the ones that went for it. And keep in mind, right? What is the end goal of getting a bunch of free shitcoins? The end goal is to dump your bags. That's all it is. So these people went, they want to get this phone so they can get some free shitcoin so that they can dump their bags. That's, wow, such innovation. It's amazing what these guys are doing in the crypto space. It's really tough to beat Apple and Google on camera and the other tech specs. No, dude. You're delusional. You're wasting your time, okay? You are a company that has no use case, in search of a use case. You're not even a flea on Apple and Google's balls, okay? You're not even the flea there. Anyways, all right. That's why we really care about the crypto-specific features. We're trying to build something that you can't get on another device. Again, spoiler alert, guys. You can go and download some shitcoin NFT wallet and just install it on your phone. The rest of your phone is going to work great. It doesn't need any of these stupid shitcoin features. Not to mention the fact that this phone is actually built on Android. So you literally don't need to buy this piece of crap phone made by a company that can't keep their own network stable. You could just go get an Android phone and then install the shitty app of your desire. This is stupid, okay? And it's going to sound mean. This is for stupid people. Okay, maybe you don't believe me. Maybe you're just like, yeah, Phil, you just don't care about innovation. You just don't get what they're doing. You don't see the bigger picture. Hey, look, you might be right. I don't see the fucking bigger picture. My bad. All right, let's take a look at the original sales of the first Solana shit phone. Here we go. This is an article from May 8th, 2023. Solana cuts price of its Saga phone by 40% 4 months after launch. 4 months. Okay? Sorry. All right, here we go. Solana Mobile, a subsidiary of Solana Labs, announced the news via Twitter on Wednesday. The company said the $400 cut is the next step to get wider adoption of mobile Web 3. No. See, so this is where you have to kind of compare yourself to Apple. You ever notice how Apple doesn't really, and again, I'm not saying that Apple is an amazing product. What I am saying is that Apple understands how to build an ecosystem, number one, okay, and how to market their product as a superior product, okay? So, do you think for a second that Apple needs or needed ever to cut its price in order to gain wider adoption of its ecosystem? Of course not. Apple products, their prices are staying even with inflation, and in some cases going higher because they continue to use the high quality components they always have. And they continue to do the same type of quality work that they have always done. You are paying a premium for a premium product. Now, when you're trying to sell a less than premium product at a premium price, this is where you end up in this type of situation, okay, where it is simply just not worth it, and you're most likely not doing the correct marketing, and people do not feel that they are partaking in a worthwhile ecosystem. And again, you can just install shitcoin apps. You do not need a shitcoin-based phone. Anyways, let's continue. The numbers tell a slightly different story. On-chain data compiled by Flipside Crypto shows that the sales for the Solana saga have come down massively since their April and May highs. This was last year. The data tracks the number of Saga Genesis NFT mints. Okay, this is interesting. Something that occurs when the owner of a Solana saga sets up their phone and the Solana App Store. Guys, so you set up your phone, you join their app store, and you get a free shitcoin that you could then dump on the market. That's the incentive. And this is why these types of ecosystems and markets are completely unsustainable, because they are inorganic. There is no real demand. What's even harder than making a phone, right, is also having a network for that phone. Now, we should thank God that the Solana phone doesn't actually use the Solana network, okay? Because Solana, unfortunately, even though it's touting itself as a replacement to the giant ETH shitcoin, it's not much better, and it's actually a whole lot worse. So let's dive into some information here about Solana. Solana to focus on stability in 2023 after repeated outages. That's right. If you haven't been actually paying attention to the Solana shitcoin, you don't know that they've had several outages since that network came online. And because it's a total centralized piece of crap, it's one group of people that simply just restart the validators and the network comes back online. Kind of embarrassing and comical at the same time. So the co-founder of Solana, Yakovenko, defended his team's approach to improving Solana because, of course, they want to focus on stability. Spoiler alert, you should have made a stable product before throwing as many features as you could into something that nobody's buying. Anyways, Yakovenko defended his team's approach to improving Solana, noting that without upgrades made in 2022, the network would be unstable, congested, and impossible to restart. Keep in mind, that article was from 2023. This article is from 3 days ago. Solana outage caused by a previously identified bug. So they made it so much more stable, it already had another outage in February. Look at that. The network was unusable for 5 hours Tuesday. Validators, a key infrastructure layer of Solana responsible for running the software that adds and verifies transactions to the blockchain, later restarted the network before 10 a.m. It's so nice to have this giant centralized piece of crap that a very small group of people can turn on or off whenever they need to or want to. This Solana, okay, Solana is I'm actually going to back up. Solana is almost entirely fully funded by A16Z. I've done, when I was on Simply Bitcoin, I did a whole bunch of really deep dives into all of the companies that A16Z has invested in. And pretty much you can see without the shadow of a doubt that A16Z runs or has invested in a great majority of the shitcoin space. Now, that being said, Solana, okay, is a perfect example of a shitcoin that doesn't need to exist, but a whole bunch of VCs do need to make money, okay? So this is a perfect example of a shitcoin in search for a use case. It doesn't even do what ETH does, and ETH is a total piece of crap, and it can't even do what ETH does. So these guys went and they've been throwing everything they can at the wall, right? They've done the NFT mints, then all of a sudden they came out with a phone. I mean, I want you guys to really think about this. Okay, and I understand that somebody out there who's holding a bag of Solana, who full of hopium, wants to believe that this is organic and legitimate. They're going to sit there and say, Phil, you're just giving these people a hard time. You're shitting on their innovation. No, I'm not. I am telling you the truth. And the truth is, when you are building something that nobody cares about, that is inevitably going to dry up in funding, you need to create use cases because there is no value. Nobody is coming to the Solana network to be like, this is where I'm going to store my value. This is where I'm going to build. No, they come to a network like that because it's illiquid and they can fleece noobs with unvetted ideas, such as sticking such as creating a phone that doesn't need to exist, that is entirely based around shitcoining, when you can just have a regular cell phone that actually is, in some cases, built of a higher quality and more reliable. And you could just install their crappy crypto apps, and that's it. And you can do all the shitcoining fun you want. So, guys, don't fall for this shit. I mean, obviously, don't shitcoin at all. But look, if you're gonna sit there and decide to degen, don't fall for these stupid Solana phones. Don't fall for this crap just to get some free NFT. I'm pretty sure that you can figure out how to mint an NFT for free in another way that doesn't force you into buying some garbage tech that no one will use and that no one is going to support. Anyways, just my thoughts. Guys, that does it for today. That's the clip. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. I'm going to catch you all tomorrow.